One more.
According to U.S. intelligence reports, Russia is at least planning for an invasion of Ukraine, perhaps
Again, my base is
even early next year.
Russia's Ukraine was our Israel.
Russian troops
Right, that's generally how I'm running it right now. What is it? The prime minister over there send one into town, or not playing ball with oil rights, playing some dark web game, but the superpowers, based on the system, gotta say a system. Ukraine itself is gonna pull a poor country, like pull the heartstrings on the American citizen, because the oil and poor in that country, but at the power lead to the top, it's the same bullshit. Oh shit, outside the Kremlin. My problem too.
Even more
or excise.
In what is already an increasingly unstable world.
I just got my little spot.
Biden says the U.S. has a, quote, ironclad commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty.
They know better than walking my
But what
territory.
does that mean?
Without a phone call.
Is expected to issue additional sanctions
Room 20,
against
right.
Russia to deter Putin. But if Russia does act on this war plan and invades Ukraine, the U.S. is going to be expected to do a lot more.
The question for my little spot is, we're talking about some umbrella corporation, Spitnikovs in the backwood program with sleeper cell signals about that Italian family sure is quiet.
Even be testing us like this.
Well, Trey,
it's like sending a Chinese spy in my neighborhood. I'm gonna know it. Yeah, I'm gonna see you in the mill. It's gonna be my way. You're not gonna slip into this one in a higher spot than me.
That's not a matter of opinion. It's based on the specific intelligence.
Don't you love that living on the anthill? It's like, where could you go? You could try to move me. You could be big, mayor, senator, warden, whatever. You go high as you want on the food chain, but it doesn't mean you could get my electron on that ground to do anything different. Winter in Russia to the snowflakes I'm laying down in this universe. That bed's at 45. You believe that? That'll lay down.
In the Obama administration, they sent blankets, not anti-tank missiles or anything else that would have helped Ukraine or stopped Putin. So, it also is consistent with history.
Sounds familiar.
Putin has talked about the fact that he viewed Ukraine at the fall.
There's a number that we both have to control. It in itself is the military is a monster just by how much money we have into it. If we let that mountain collapse on the IPO, NTF, whatever its value represents inside of there.
The two things that he's talked about the most, that and of course controlling.
In the end of it, they want a military leader, and that's what Russia got when they, for whatever hook or crook reason, it becomes Putin at the end of it without a drop in Gresham's Law, Occam's Razor, and a few other things you throw at the whiteboard for somebody to try to. In the end of it, though, you still have the same sub-problem of the timeline. If you ever had benevolence in it, it starts with an apprentice. Like, I give the girl the joke at a world record for fusion at 14, being new businesses, Alliance Food, be kind of, and no matter what we do, our models are going to be the same, and excise. They can't be any different. Then you get the supply chain differentials, a bunch of Nephilim, middlegarchy, military economic monster caught in the supply chain that don't pull to the Union. And I mean, even if it's the Chernobyl, right, running the pressure gauges, it's still the stoichiometric ratio of the mill. And that's what led off the first reactor in the United States.
What should happen is, I talked about Nord Stream 2 pipeline. You should threaten to take it away. It's not too late.
Cause and effect, kind of, sort of. Because we're born in here. This is born in rule. George. Original sin. First you have to kind of get an idea of what that's going on. But in the end of it, you still stop the apocalypse. You still say, zero it out. I don't need to know about Wuhan. I can give a fuck less about it. We are here with, what is it, malaria shots for what it is for age groups, or the PhD on the Huckabee cinnamon pill for what will actually work for you. I was going to send you out. What's the cost-effective system? Well, obviously malaria. If it's mosquito season over there and high probability for the swamp to have fucking mosquitoes, they're congruent to Concure and burning bush, moving a mountain, profit, cleared cities.
And China moved on Taiwan, again,
Pangea.
Those things I think are a ripple effect of what happened in Afghanistan and our other foreign policy disasters that have already taken place in just 10 short months. of this administration.
Johnny,
In the end of it, if
before
we
we
could,
go,
I mean, that shows
this
you
week
how,
is the
if
80th,
that was at the table,
anniversary
you
of Pearl
couldn't
Harbor.
not
We lost
define it to
Bob
be
Dole,
there.
part of the World War II
Shows you where we're
generation.
all living.
You have a daughter.